Today we're taking Cornell Notes on Lesson 4-3, Course 2, and I am Mrs. McCowan. At the top of your Cornell Notes, I want you to write the topic, which is proportions, label today's page number and date. We have 2 vocabulary words today, so your first subtopic is vocabulary. Number 1, equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios name the same comparison and are equal. So an example of 2 equivalent ratios would be 1/2 and 2/4. They are equal to each other and they are the same comparison. Letter B, a proportion, is an equation stating that 2 ratios are equal. So an example of a proportion would be making it an equation and adding the equal sign to say that 1/2 equals 2/4. Okay, for number 2, we're going to determine whether the ratios are proportional. So we have these 2 ratios, and we're going to determine whether they are proportional. So I write out 2/7 and 6/21, and I want to see if they are proportional. So the easiest way for me to see if they're proportional is to multiply across, and if I get the same number, then they are proportional. So we're going to multiply 2 times 21 is 42, 6 times 7 is 42. Are they equivalent? Yes. So yes, they are proportional. I want you to make sure that you write this in your notes. Yes, these 2 ratios are proportional. For number 3, we're going to determine whether the ratios are proportional again. So I have the ratio 8/24 and 6/20. Again, we're going to cross multiply. So multiply across 6 times 24. 6 times 24 is 144. And 8 times 20 is 160. Are these 2 ratios proportional? No. Not proportional. That is the correct answer. Make sure you have no, not proportional in your notes. Okay, for number 4, I want you to complete and write this table in your notes. First, they want us to compare the ratio of oats to water. So the ratio of oats to water is 2:4, and the ratio of oats to water for 12 servings is 3:6. Now if we cross multiply, are they proportional? Yes, they are proportional. On the next question, we're finding equivalent ratios and writing proportions. So for letter A, write down 8/14 The easiest way to find an equivalent ratio for 8/14 is simply to multiply. So if I multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2, I will get a number that will be equivalent. So if I multiply 8 times 2 is 16, 14 times 2 is 28. Are they equivalent? Yes. You could also do this by multiplying by 3, 4, 5, whatever number you desire. Another way of doing this is if I were to divide. So if I went backwards by dividing, I could divide, I know a common factor for 8 and 14 is 2, so divide by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Another proportion would be 4/7 and 8/14. You can divide or multiply to find equivalent ratios and write a proportion. Okay, the last one we have in our notes is 4/18. So this one I'm simply going to divide because I have a common factor of 2. So if I divide 2, 9, so a common ratio for both would be 4/18 equals 2/9. This is a proportion, so that is correct. At the end of your Cornell notes, write 3 sentences. What did you learn today? I know how to do. And now I reviewed how to. If you have questions, please ask Mrs. McCowan in class. Thank you.